Hi everybody. So I am going through my Ketu Mahadasha currently. I am not an astrologer, so this is not a consultation of any kind. This is just me sharing what I've learned so far about Ketu Mahadasha. Because when I looked stuff up about Ketu on the internet, a lot of people had a lot of things to say, and majority of them were just doom and gloom. Majority of them were just so like terrifying that like if somebody was starting their Ketu Mahadasha, they would just be like petrified of like even going through it. And I don't think that's the case. Like I really don't think in astrology, like studying astrology, I don't think these planets are here to like punish us. I think these planets are here to help us to learn lessons that we came here to learn. When you look at it like that, and I think that is the truth. Like, we come here to have certain experiences. We come here to learn. And that's what these planets are here for, to give us a little nudge and say, hey, remember, this is what you came here for. It's time for that, or it's time to transform yourself. And so once again, yes, Ketu is the south node of the moon. It's all about transformation. It wants you to transform. And transformation isn't always pretty or easy, especially if you are resisting. If you have to let go of something because it's not good for you and you're resisting it, it's going to be that much more painful, right? But here's what I think so far from what I've learned that Ketu wants you to let go of. Ketu does not want you to renounce everything and go be a monk. Or how many people are going through the Ketu Mahadasha right now? How many people are going through the Ketu time period? We'd all be monks. And I don't think that's what Ketu wants you to do. However, Ketu does want you to let go of unhealthy attachments. I think here's the keyword being unhealthy attachment. What's an unhealthy attachment? If you are looking at your job title, if you think your Instagram followers determine your worth, if you think your job title is who you are and you are not anything beyond that, if you think how many bedrooms your house has is what either makes you a good human being, a worthwhile human being, or not, or if you identify with your car that you drive so much that if you drive a really good car you feel really good, or if you drive a shitty car you feel really shitty, then Ketu is going to make that really clear. Ketu is going to say, your car is not who you are. Hello, wake up. Your car is not who you are. Your house is not who you are. How many likes you get on Instagram is not who you are. How many followers you have is not who you are. How much money you make is not who you are. And so that's going to be very clear. And if you are absolutely attached to it, it's going to be painful. Let's say if your entire validation came from, I don't know, like how much money you made, right? Let's just take that as an example. And you lose your job. Then what do you have to live for? That's where you have to look around and say, hey, I have a beautiful family. Hey, this simple walk on the park brings me so much joy. Just sitting down and talking to my family brings me so much more joy. I guess I was a lot more than just my job, right? If you go along with that, it's a lot easier. If you go with the flow, it's a lot easier. However, if you resist it and you're like, why did I lose my job? That shouldn't have happened. Then things are going to be a lot difficult for you. And here's another thing though. Ketu does not mean apathy. Ketu does not want you to be apathetic. So just because you lose your job does not mean you don't go find another one, right? Ketu does not want you to not do your worldly duties, because it's going to be a lot more difficult when Saturn comes into play. And Saturn is like, hey, remember this world, remember your obligations, remember that family you have to feed, remember work, remember like karma. Like karma to me just means like work, you know. I don't think of karma how a lot of people think of karma. Karma to me just means work, like daily work, getting up, working, giving something back to this world. That's what karma means to me. And so it's going to be a lot more difficult when Saturn comes into play. If you get in the mindset of thinking that Ketu wants you to develop apathy and not do anything. See, that's like the other end of extreme way of thinking. One extreme way of thinking, one extreme way of being could be that you're just like unable to like let go of what Ketu wants you to let go of. And the other extreme could be that you're just like, fudge it. Like, I don't care anymore. And you just like completely give up. Ketu wants you to find balance, be in the middle, find that balance. Let go of things that are not good for you. Realize, okay, it's not good for me, and let it go. But also like find things. Okay, like I was so interested in that one thing, and I'm not interested in it anymore. So let me find what else I'm interested in. You know, you are so much more than just like this like one job, or this like one relationship you had, or this one job title you had, or this like recognition you had. You know, you're so much more than that. And so that's where really being patient with yourself, giving yourself time and space to explore, you know, what is it that you want to do, what other things bring you joy, you know. And I'm talking about like little things, like maybe just going on a walk, FaceTiming with your like nieces, nephews, talking on the phone with somebody, having a meaningful conversation with somebody. So I see this video is getting a little longer than I intended, so I'm gonna wrap it up. So bottom line here, it's a lot easier in the Ketu time period if you let go of the things that literally like are not in your best interest or serving you, and don't cling on to unhealthy attachments. But don't go to the other extreme and say, I just give up. Like that's not the solution either. The solution is to work with Ketu. Ketu is your friend. Think of Ketu as your best friend. Just think of Ketu as your best friend and work with Ketu.